Casper and Lazar. Right, so this is the next section that I've just been, putting into the fixed width layout, and I've obviously just reduced the sizes of some things. Like this is no longer full screen. I've made it quite a bit smaller, just so we can get less of a bulky feeling. Things like fonts, I've downscaled slightly. Like this asset is smaller. Like the width and height of this bar, I think, is smaller, certain things like that, if you can just have a look at the file. But what I quickly wanted to also tell you was, as you scroll down this main navigation, it vanishes, and then as you scroll back up, it comes back in. So what I've actually changed is this here. Well, I haven't changed it. I've just given it an outline. So basically, like it's in boxes. It's just so when it sits like this without the main navigation there, I think it looks better rather than how it is on the staging version. So if you could just make that look the same, and then I think we agreed that this would activate on hover, not click. Okay, and then just another thing that I would like to do, Casper mentioned this, is to have this bar duplicating down at the bottom here when the user gets there. But I thought even nicer than that, if you're scrolling down, and as that hits the top of the screen there, it'll just pin. So as you're scrolling down, that will always be pinned to the top. But if you scroll up, then the main navigation will push that down. Does that make sense? Because that obviously has to come back in as well. Let me know if you want to discuss that, Lazar, but I think it'll work quite nicely, because then the user can access this little menu wherever they are as they're scrolling down the page. And just another thing as well is when the user clicks these tabs, it's important that the page doesn't. I think it's reloading right now as you click it, so it basically changes the location of where the user was, so everything kind of bumps back up. So it needs to kind of all flow together as you click it. It mustn't reload that page. I think we should be able to achieve that. I mean, there's no heavy graphics here. I mean, these are all SVGs and text and things. So let me know if that's possible. I just think it creates a much nicer user experience.